Coming to the mic to speak the truth and set your soul free so that you can breathe fresh biblical air that will leave you saying, now that was a word. Pastor ALH. Come on and speak to us, Pastor.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. There I go. I hit the wrong button. I am flying in here today. I am a few minutes late again. Oh my God. It's been a very busy few weeks. I mean, it has been extremely busy for me. My schedule is picking up like crazy. Where can I toss this up so I can get rid of some of that feedback? But I'm here. I am here, and praise God, I am here, and I'm so glad to be here with you all. Hold on one second for me. I got a little feedback. Let me switch this mic around and get it a little lower so that you all can hear me clearly and not so there we go. It's not so staticky. So first of all, I hope that you all are doing extremely well today on this Sunday. It has been an amazing day thus far, if I do say so myself. Although busy, I'm just coming out of one meeting and jumping in on here with you all today. And as you know, I love podcasting. I absolutely love it. So it's so near and dear to my heart. I will not miss. I'll be late, but I won't miss. But I do have some exciting news for you all of my listeners out there. And I want to give a shout out. I love business partners where you can make a phone call and you can handle the business all over the world. And I love that about my partners and being in business with those that have integrity and just a heart for people and the heart to assist. I'm trying to pull off these heels, you guys. I've been rolling. But anywho, as you know, we do an annual retreat, and as you know, it has just been a pain getting in venues, getting things locked up. So I want to give a shout out to none other but the one and only Cuban de la Fuente. Man of God, thank you. We are locked in, you guys. We are locked in, and we have a venue. This year's retreat will be in El Paso, Texas, and I am so excited, and everything is coming together and is working out for the good. Come on, somebody, and say, there goes Romans 28. Romans 8 and 28. It is all working out for the good of those that love the Lord. And I love the Lord, and it's working out. And I know that you love him too. So we're set in for that information flyer, fees. Everything is coming out. Everything is coming out. Give me a moment, maybe another day or two, and you'll be able to register. Wow, isn't that great? And tomorrow launches our corporate annual fast. That's taking place. I'm in communications with my amazing graphic designer. I sent her a text this morning, so hopefully she'll check her text sometime today. If not, although I am not as graphically inclined as she is, we're going to have something put out because that starts tomorrow as well. So praise God, we have our annual fast starting tomorrow, and we finally have a venue for the annual retreat, which is in October. You guys, this working around the clock, baby. Pastor is old, but I'm excited about that. So we are moving and grooving, and you guys are going to be able to register, and you're going to be able to come out. We're going to be in person, not only so that I can love on you and get a lot of hugs, but we can get spiritually fed and get things going in that aspect. So yeah, we got a lot going on. There's a lot of work taking shape behind the scenes, as you all know. So please just be mindful and follow, like, and share with us on all social media platforms so that you too can keep in the know as to what we have going on and that you can be a part. We're going to do a part two of this morning's sermon. And I normally wouldn't do a part two, but it was so good. It has been so good. God has been doing, oh man, it has been so good. It is, yeah. So, yeah, running on saying, you know, you yourself have been running on empty. We all tend to burn the candle. Some of us are burning it at both ends. Some of us has found a way, which is amazing to me. But you found a way to burn the candle on the front, the back, and some kind of way burn it in the middle as well. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? So we're going to talk about running on empty. And on this morning, the word that came forth, you know, it's one thing when you're preaching something and God is using you to deliver it to the masses. You have to understand, as a pastor, it has to be filtered through me, and God has to deal with me first. So I have already been on the threshing floor where God is separating the wheat from the tare and is reminding me, myself, you do so much, but you also must make sure that you are taking care of yourself so that you can continue to do what you do, you know? And so to deliver that word unto the masses on this morning was a special kind of blessing. And the feedback that is already coming back from it is telling me absolutely that it is a needed word. So the topic that I was going to talk about on today has been pushed back so that we can do a track two of running on empty. And you think about your vehicle, the car that you drive. Mine has a little gas pump. Maybe your indicator has a gas pump as well, or maybe yours just say gas, or maybe yours talk to you. Maybe you have one of those fancy cars that when you are getting ready to run out of gas, it starts telling you, hey, you're almost on empty, you got to do something. And the more advanced cars, they do have the capability of telling you you've got about 15 more miles before you are on empty. As a matter of fact, that's part of the reason why I'm late, because I was leaving my meeting and my low fuel indicator light came on, and I'm already flying up the highway to get back here to the house so I can get in my office and get the podcast going. And I'm like, Lord, I gotta stop for gas. Oh my God. But then it got to the point where the fuel indicator said I had 9 miles until empty. And I was like, and that's when it hit me. God was like, you're not even going to talk about what you had planned to talk about for the podcast. You're going to do a track two from this morning. And, when you have those indicators that you're running out of fuel, you got some decisions to make. But have you ever been in the vehicle with those people? And I'm sure we all got one or two of those in our family that will say, I know my car. We can just keep going. It doesn't matter that it's almost on empty. I know my ride. And they just keep driving. And you're like, bruh, I don't push, and I'm not pleased if I got to be stuck on the side of the road. So we got to do something, right? But they're like, no, I got it. That's just a suggestion, but you don't have to stop in here. I know my ride. But do you know your body? We have all of these kind of indicators, you know, for my older crowd. And I laugh because I have a golden jubilee birthday coming up. And AARP has been after me. It's like, hey, you need to sign up for this. And all of these indicators. And as you get older, I feel like every one of my check engine lights is on for my body, right? Everything's hurting, and when bad weather's coming, and all of these things that will signify to you. You might want to slow down. You might want to refuel. You might want to do something, but we still keep going. We just continue on running on empty. And so as I pulled over to get some gas, and I'm telling myself, only get so much so that you can just get in the truck and turn and burn, and you got to get back. You ain't got time to be standing here all day. And I'm calculating the time, and I'm rushing, rushing, running, but I'm running on empty. And I have no choice. It's either be late and stop for gas, or don't stop for gas and ignore the sign, ignore the warning, and then end up stranded on the side of the road needing gas and waiting on someone to come and bring me gas, and all of those things that's going to have to come with that, that's going to further delay me to the point. If I had done it like that, I would have had to cancel. I can't do the podcast from the side of the road. But what are you doing for you as a human being, as a person, in your day to day, to ensure that you are not on empty? Hey, I get it. We all have responsibilities. We have families. We have careers. We have businesses. We have organizations that we have pledged our allegiance to, and we support. There's charities out there that we work on and do. I volunteer a good bit of my time. I deal with people in every aspect every day. And they always say, Pastor, do you work every day? Every day. Every day I'm doing something. Every day I'm working. So we all have these things. And I haven't even touched the surface of family and friends. What about your family? If you're married, you have your spouse and all of their demands, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and all of their demands, and considering their feelings and what have you. If you have children, if you're a blended family and you got children on this side and children on that side, but they all matter, everybody's pulling for your time. But who do you give it to? And are you even giving yourself some time? You've been running on empty. Like I preached this morning, and I said, as pastors, people think that we don't have a favorite scripture. Like, oh, pastor, they love all of the word of God, and everything about the word of God is their favorite, so there's no sense in asking them. But for me, there is. I do. And when I'm asked the question, what is your favorite scripture, pastor? My go-to is always Psalm 73 and 26. And Psalm 73 and 26 has always been near and dear to my heart, because it sums me up in a way that only God can, because it really brings me down into that humanistic aspect, to remind not only me, but when I'm asked that questions, to identify and share with others, is that sometimes we do fail. As perfect, and as a Libra, perfectionism is part of our repertoire. Oh, I'm a proud Libra, baby. Those scales got to be balanced. Don't tip them. Don't tip them, because if you tip them, we've got a misunderstanding, right? But at the end of the day, we do fail. And that's what I love about 73 and 26 in Psalms. The word of God decrees and declares, my flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. So when I'm falling short, when I'm coming up on the low end of the stick, when I'm not doing my best, when I'm not feeling my best, then lo and behold, God is right there, and He becomes my strength. And I want to tell you, if I can be transparent, if I can be abundantly clear, if I can tell you a little bit about Pastor Amy, I've been tapped out a long time ago. So what you see is all God. It really is. Being a diagnosed insomniac, I've been on many different types of sleep medications, sleep teas, sleep creams, magnesium creams. If you can think about in the sleep realm, I've done it and or tried it. I've had several sleep studies, all of these things going on the fact that I don't sleep well. But it's worked to my advantage in the sense that I'm up working for you all. But there's many people that don't have that luxury. They don't have that luxury to say, you know what, I don't sleep, so I'm going to do XYZ. They can sleep. And they just have a day that they're running on empty. And then it becomes 2 days and then 3 days and 4 days until their body crashes out. Their check engine light comes on. Their gas light comes on and says, hey, you're almost on empty and you need some more fuel. But how do you sustain yourself to where you never get to the point where you hear that alert come on? How do you sustain yourself to the point where you never run out of gas? I admire those people that never run out of gas, that never have their indicator light come on because they don't even run their vehicle past a half a gallon. Like when it gets to a half a gallon, they're pulling over to their favorite gas station and they're filling it right on back up, and it never gets below the halfway mark. I am not one of those people. I'm running and gunning, turning and burning, sun up to sundown. And some days, I'm like, okay, good, I got gas and I can do what I need to do. And some days I'm like, oh, I'm almost on empty and I need to do something. But that indicator light is there for a reason. So I admire those people that can go, 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 and they never let their gas tank get halfway empty. And guess what else they don't let get halfway? Themselves. They make sure you have some people on this earth, which I'm low key jealous of them as well, but they get 8 hours of sleep every night. They get 6 hours. When I'm telling people I'm going to bed, I'm going to get in the bed, but I don't sleep. There's a difference. So, what are you doing to prevent yourself from running on empty? Are you doing that self check to make sure that you're doing what you need to do for yourself while you're so busy being everything to everyone and going and doing and being the superhero in everyone else's life? What are you doing in your own life? What are you doing for you? For you. I gave them a remedy this morning during church, and it's always the same thing. And it's a simple mathematic that you can follow. Very simple, because there's 1,440 minutes in every day, right? And if you wake up and you say to yourself and you decree and declare and decide, then I'm going to pay God first. When I first wake up, I'm going to first wakey. I am so in need of coffee. When you say if you first wake up, that you're going to dedicate that first 30 minutes to God. That's your devotional. That's your praise and worship, getting in your Bible and spending that time with God to make sure that your spiritual reservoir is full, that tank is full. And then the next 30 minutes that you're woke, you pay yourself. You pay God first and you pay yourself. And you get up, and after you get yourself together, brushing your teeth, wash your face, or maybe you'll do it after. If you can stand your own breaths, to God be the glory. But you do a 30-minute workout or a 30-minute walk or a 30-minute dance video, something, but 30 minutes of movement to get your body going, stretching or what have you. And then you plan to do something special for yourself as far as self care. 30 minutes of, I'm going to do my nails this morning, give myself a quick pedicure or quick manicure, or I'm gonna make it my business to do something with my hair this morning. I got 30 minutes. I'm gonna run the flat iron through it and give myself a quick hot comb pressing or silk press or whatever the case is. 30 minutes. So that's an hour and a half of your morning, right? Out of that 1,440 minutes. So that's 90 minutes that you've dedicated to yourself to make sure that you're okay. This is before you start getting in the kitchen, cooking breakfast and making lunches and dealing with getting school clothes on and washing kids' faces. How can you wash your child's face when your face is dirty and the sleep caked all up in your eyes and you can hardly see? You're not even fully aware and cognizant of what you're looking like, but you're supposed to care for another to make sure they're, you've got sleep in your eyes. How can you even ensure that they don't have sleep in theirs? If you're half sleep and running on fumes, don't send baby girl to school with her ponytails and plaits all crooked. And the kids are now picking on her and developing self esteem issues because you are running on fumes and not giving it your best. You can do one thing wholeheartedly or you can do 100 things half-heartedly. The decision is yours. We're talking about running on empty today and how to prevent yourself from running on empty. The stress that we feel as humans, a lot of it is derived from the fact that we're not getting things checked off the box and there's frustrations that set in. But if you center your day and you start your day with God, and then you pay yourself before you pay anyone else. People say it's so hard to get up and do an exercise or work out anything in the morning. Nothing's hard because once you begin to do it, it becomes a habit. And in that routine, you're locked in. Because what happens is you get to rushing throughout your day and you say, you know what? I hear what Pastor Amy is saying, and I can agree. I need to spend some time with God. I need to do better about my health because once I'm dead and gone, if I'm not healthy, I'm not good to anybody anyway. So I need to take care of my health. And, I hear her say all the time, Pastor Amy says, a body in motion is a body in motion. And, bodies are made to move. And so I know that, watching her health testimony and her health journey, I need to get up moving. So I'm not saying she's wrong there. And I absolutely need to do something for myself as far as self care, to take care of me, whether it's I'm giving myself a facial, I'm giving myself a pedicure, I'm scheduling a pedicure and a manicure. Do you know? And Lord have mercy, I've been working in this yard. Pastor is in desperate need of a spa day, y'all. Let me get closer to the camera. I'm in desperate need of a spa day. Nails, feet, eyebrows, all of that good stuff. I've been doing it at the house because I've been working around the house. And there's no point in going and getting all pretty, but my birthday's coming up, so I need to do it. But anywho, we're talking about you all, not me. So yeah. So you can say, well, Pastor Amy is absolutely right, but I'll do it at the end of the day. I'll do it when I get off work. What normally happens when you get off work? 5 o'clock, let's say, boom, 5 o'clock comes around and you're off work and you're in 5 o'clock rush hour traffic. And by all accounts, you only live 15 miles from your workplace. So you should be able, if you get off at 5 and you leave on time, you should be able to get home at 5:15, no later than 5:20. However, you have to factor in traffic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you get off at 5 and you're sitting on the interstate and you're in traffic, and now from 5:15, you're out there till 6 o'clock and you go ahead and call a spade a spade. Be honest, you're cussing. Some of you have hood. Look at me. Some of you have hood and have holy. And I get it. I get it. I'm not a fan of traffic either. But now it's 6 o'clock. And so, what you were going to do when you got home for God and you and personal care now is being pushed back because when you get home, your children are already there, your spouse is already there, and they're looking to you to start dinner. Or maybe your spouse has started dinner and it's his or her turn to do that, and it's your turn to get in there and start on the chores and help the children with their homework. Or maybe they're not, needing help with homework, but you got some cleaning to do. You got your own yard work to do. This is the day you've scheduled to cut grass and everything. There's 4 calendars that run. Yes, I don't ask me any questions. Just pray for Pastor. There's 4 calendars that run my life. 4. 4 different calendars. So if you ever wonder, how is she so busy? There's 4 calendars that run my life. So if you put everything and schedule it down and you're looking at your calendar and it's voluminous, and if you're trying to fit everything on the back end, that 6 p.m. arrival at home, by the time you cook, clean, homework, deal with children, listen to their day, be present in their lives because they want to tell you what happened during science class, what happened on the playground, what boy or girl passed them a note, and who their crushes are. And you want to engage with your children. You want to let them know that they matter. And then it's your spouse. When you have a significant other in your life, it's important that, yeah, you're busy, but they matter too. They matter too. They have stuff going on, and yeah, they matter. I'll leave that there. So now it's 8 o'clock, or maybe even 9 o'clock. Okay. So now you're getting everything, and God forbid if you have a pet. I have a dog and I love him, but some days I look at Meatball and I'm like, bro, you need a job. You need to get up and do something. Why can't you get your own food together, your dog food? Come on, get up, do something. The first of the month is coming. How much you got on this mortgage? How much you got on this mortgage? And that's not the case, but they have needs as well. So now you're running bath water and all of these things that are taking place. And lo and behold, your mom calls, or your sister called, or your aunt, somebody in your extended family is calling because they need you. Or check this out. Pastor Amy's on the phone calling you, and you got to answer Pastor Amy's call, and she's on the phone and she's got something for you to do as well. She wants you in place, just like I want everybody at this retreat. I want everybody to bring someone to this retreat. This retreat should be so successful because we've been virtual for the last couple of years due to COVID and different things like that. So we're finally getting back into person, and everybody needs to be there. And so Pastor Amy's calling, and you're like, oh my God. And so now it's 11 o'clock, and you're still on empty, and you've yet to do those things. And it was just 90 minutes. But now you really need to go to bed because that 6 a.m. alarm is going to go off, and you got to get up. You see where I'm getting at? You're on empty. And if you continue this cycle, how do you ever get back to any fuel for you? Your light has been on not for the last few, you got 1 to 16 miles before empty. That light of your life has been on for the last few days. Some of you have been running on empty for the last few months, for the last few years. You've kept the same schedule. What are you trying to prove, and who are you trying to prove it to, that you can go here and do this, and you can get this accolade, you can get this title, you can be seen over here, you can get this award, and you can do all of these things? And people say, oh, call so and so, they'll show up. They'll do it. They'll do it. And yeah, yes, I got you. I got you. No problem. And everybody's patting you on the back, but you're exhausted. You're worn out. You're not giving anything to the relationships that you have developed. You're lying to yourself, and you're lying to everyone else that you got it, and you don't. You don't. And everything is going to start crumbling. It's going to start crashing. It's going to be in broken pieces all around you. And those relationships and those things that you really wanted to do, that you were really invested in, they're gone by the wayside. And they very well might be the very thing that you needed for you, but you've lost them while you've been running on empty. You need to get you in order. If you're not taking care of you first, how can you have the strength to take care of anyone else? I can back it up in word. If your soul is nearing empty, you should not wait another moment to get it filled. Take time to fuel up and find rest for your soul. for your soul, for you. Get connected with God so that you can fill up spiritually. That's the first and foremost, because he's the one that's giving you strength. Go back to song. Yes, it's Pastor Amy's favorite, but you know how sweet I am. I'm going to let you borrow it. Yeah. You can say this is my go to after today. Psalm 73 and 26. My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. If you ever wonder, how do I do all that I do? I might be a few minutes late. I don't like to be late. And I don't make it a habit of being late, but it happens. It does. I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm not 100% perfect, but it happens to the best of us. But we all endeavor to be the best that we can be. And we all endeavor to make sure that we keep the main thing. And if we keep the focus on God and handling God's business first and spending time with Him, He's going to give us the strength that we need to endure. And then after we handle His business, we've got to pay us first. I am no good to you if I do not take care of me. I was at my meeting, after church today, and the young lady, she just kept looking at me and she said, "Oh, I just gotta tell you, you are absolutely gorgeous." And I was like, pass off this compliment. She said, "This color is fabulous on you. You are just radiant." And I'm saying to myself, I had to take care of me. As tired as I was yesterday, I knew and I know that Sundays are my busiest days. So while I did not get my clothes out, I made sure that I put about 100 rollers in my hair because I don't do hair very well, you guys. And so I knew if I put a lot of rollers, I'd have tight curls. And so the humidity, they would be too tight for the humidity to attack. So, and lo and behold, as life would have it, I woke up about maybe about 12, 1 o'clock, and I didn't get in bed until about 10:30. So yeah, so you do the math, and then I'm back up, and then I don't go back to sleep until about 3:30, which is usually the time that I'm getting up, and then I doze back off, and then I oversleep, and then I'm up running. So then I'm in the closet, and I'm doing a mad chocolate chocolate dash through the house, and I'm looking for the clothes that I don't have to iron. I can just put on real quick, and I'm multitasking. I'm running. But you know what? Church opened on time. I got to my meeting on time. I got to my second meeting on time. And if it had not been for needing gas, I would have got here on time. I was only a few minutes late though, which is pretty good compared to where I was coming from. I won't tell you how fast I was going. But speaking of speeding, when you are running on empty and you're running behind because you got all of these things going on and you haven't slowed down to breathe, do you know more accidents take place because people are running late and they're rushing, so they're rushing everybody else around them? And you can't get that back. You can't get that back. So the moral of all of that is take time for you. Take time for you and get you in order to make sure that you're not rushing, to make sure that your day is not crazy. I can't do anything as beautiful as this young lady said. And there was a guy, I already knew what it was. He was sitting with a female, and I guess she was spiritually daring him to agree. Agree with her that I was gorgeous, where he was just nodding his head and looking over with his eyes, and he kept nodding his head. But at the same time, I'm saying to myself, little do you all know what took place for me to look like what I'm looking like right now. And I'm looking a little weird. I did have better curls, but I got my headset on, so my hair is pushed back. But at the same time, it is what it is because you all know what I'm talking about because you too have been right there. There's something that you needed to do this morning that you haven't gotten to, that you said you're going to put on the back end, and you're saying to yourself, you know what? I'll do it while I'm listening to Pastor Amy on the podcast. I'll multitask, but I'm hitting home and I'm hitting that good nerve and I'm talking directly to you and I'm talking about you. And now with that dish towel in your hand, you've gone and taken a seat, because now I have your full undivided attention, and the tears are beginning to swell up in your eyes and fall down your face, because you're saying to yourself, she's absolutely right. Pastor Amy is stepping on my toes, because I have not even given God any time, let alone myself. My body is aching and I'm tired and I'm doing everything else for everybody else. And I need some me time. I need some self care. Even if that self care time is scheduling me to get to the nail salon, it's scheduling me to get to the hair salon or to the braider or whatever the case may be. It's scheduling me for a spa day. Can I, my neck and my back, can I get a massage from my head to my toe? Glory, glory. But you have to schedule it. And then you not only have to schedule it, but you got to show up. You're showing up for everybody else, and you're not showing up for you. How can an empty vessel pour into anyone or anything else? What are you pouring into them? Excuse me, bless me, Lord. What are you pouring into them? If you're already empty, what are you giving to anyone? More fumes? More stagnant energy? More half-heartedly doing something? I would say the other half, but you all know you're saying it in your head. Has to try to keep it PG, but don't press me. Hey, I ain't never gave playground, baby. Never. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. But you get it. Even right now, as you're sitting there wondering, how did you get this far? How did you allow yourself to get this far gone, to where you have ran yourself ragged? Do you know stress kills? Do you know fatigue on the body starts to break down the body? Did you know if you're not taking care of yourself and getting to your annual physical and doing those things to make sure you're in peak running condition, what could have been a preventative measure, or at the very least catching it at the early onset, is now stage 4 cancer and it's terminal and you've only got weeks and months to live? And those people and those things and those places that you've been running 90 to nothing every day for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years, they're going to function without you, because you're going to be gone. And you're going to be gone sooner than what you anticipated. I tell everyone I'm going to live to be 100. I speak it. But do I have any control over that? Absolutely not. Who does? No man nor the day nor the hour except for God. You and I do not know. You cannot lift up your foot and show me your expiration date. So while I'm speaking it, and it is my heart's desire to live to be 100, that centurion that I so desire, I'm about to be half of that. Will I see the other half? Will you see your other half? How old are you right now, and are you where you thought you would be? Are you where you wanted to be? You get up, and the first thing that you do when you open your eyes, you start thinking about problems, or you start thinking about who's done what to you. We've all been there. I'm so serious. I don't make it a habit to wake up and crying about who's done what. If anything, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do to them, because I'm gonna get my leg back. And even if you're saying, well, you're a pastor, do you know I can get my leg back? Pastor Amy goes to God and tells God all about it, because he says, vengeance is mine. And then he shows me what needs to be done. But that's another podcast. Right now, I'm talking about you. You. Yes, let me get a little closer. Let me move my mic down. I'm talking about you, and the fact that you are running and have been running on empty. Let me get a little closer to the camera. You have been dealing with your husband or your wife on empty. You have been dealing with your children on empty. You have been serving God on empty. You have been going into your career, your workplace, your job, your business on empty. The organizations that you have signed up and agreed to be a part of, you've been serving them on empty. And the list goes on and on and on. And you know it's true. You know it's true. There are many different scriptures that can encourage the body, that can address the feelings of weariness, of depletion. There are many different scriptures that can aid you when you lack strength, often directing believers to God's strength and provision. But how would you know those scriptures if you're not first spending time with God and studying His Word to get to said scriptures or to know what He's saying about strength? Do you know what Matthew 11:28 says? Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. If you need rest today, write that one down. Get it in your spirit. Do you know one of the biggest failures of our youth, especially Gen X, if we could be honest? And that was the way we had to grow up. Gen X and beyond, these new millennials and all these other ones, y'all don't even understand. But remember how they used to say, go take a nap? Baby! Lord, can Pastor take a nap? I want a nap so bad. Oh my God, just give me 10, 15 minutes. Give me 10, 15 minutes, get myself together. But once these eyes bing and open up, there's no nap. It's go time. And you know it. What would you give to get a nap right now? Be honest. When is the last time you took a nap? Be honest. The most rest I've gotten is when I was in the hospital and after I came out of the hospital. Because I had no choice. My body was like, oh, you got to heal. I had to relearn how to walk. So I had to heal. When is the last time you rested? Just to rest. What you getting ready to do? Go take a nap? No, man, come on over here. The game is on. Or let's go over here. Let's do brunch. Or let's. No, I'm good. I'm going to take me a nap today. Rest. When is the last time you did something special for you doing stuff for everybody else? When is the last time you did anything for you? You have been running on empty. On empty. On empty. Finding renewal and strength in God rather than finding or relying on self or worldly things that can leave you empty is a big endeavor because that's replacing something that's non-beneficial to something that is beneficial. And what's hard about it is those that gain from being unbeneficial in your life don't want to release that part of you. They want you to keep doing and going and running yourself ragged for them. They want that. They take no joy in no gain and just you pulling back your energy and you saying, you know what? I got to do this for me. And I cannot assist anyone else at the time. Because, and my godson said something years ago. And he said, Mama Bear, you're only as good as the last thing that you've done for people. Think about that. You're only as good as the last thing you've done for people. People think you are wonderful. You are the best thing since sliced bread. Oh my God, you are amazing. You know why you're amazing? It's because you're doing and getting done what they need to get done. You're giving them what they need, but are you getting what you need? Are you being satisfied, or are you still on empty because you've been pouring out and pouring out and pouring out, and yet no one is pouring into you? And like I told them this morning, don't just go to anybody's gas station and fill up. And you can call it bougie if you want to. I don't play those games. Don't just go to anyone's gas station and fill up, and don't allow anyone to just pray over you or speak a word over you. Try the mathematics. Just try it. Join us for the corporate fast. Start there. It's 7 days. Make up in your mind today. I'm going to contact Pastor Amy, have her email me the letter that went out to everyone, provide my cell phone number so that I can get the daily texts, because you're going to get an individual text and encouragement every morning. See, this is the work that I do. Part of the reason why I don't sleep, but that's another story. But still, I'm going to pour into you to prepare you. Start now saying, you know what? Tomorrow is September 1st. Did I tell y'all Pastor birthday is in September? Come on now. Hello. But anyway, okay, all jokes aside, serious. But tomorrow is September 1st. This is a new month, new opportunities. God is opening up new doors. So say today, I'm going to start first thing tomorrow, and I'm going to set order in my life. I am going to give God his stuff first. I'm going to pay me before I pay anybody else. I'm going to have some self-care, and then I will start on everyone else. Do you know at 1,440 minutes, if you allocate that 90 minutes, that's 30 minutes to God, 30 minutes for some kind of physical activity for yourself, 30 minutes to some kind of self-care for yourself, that's only 90 minutes. That means that everyone else has 1,350 minutes left over. Now, if you can do extra stuff, great. But at least you have those things out of the way. At least you're saying to yourself, I've taken care of God's business, I've taken care of my business, and I am good to go. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to find your tank level. You're going to be one of those people that never get below half full, because you're constantly filling up. You're constantly pouring back into you. You're constantly spending that needed time with God so that he can give you what you need as you look to God for true and lasting fulfillment, and not temporary or unsatisfying things. And when those people that you're connected to can't give you what you need because they're all takers anyway, guess what? They don't have to, because you have what you need and you're not running on empty. They're trying to deplete your tank, and you're looking at them saying, sweetheart, you cannot deplete this tank, because this tank is tied up, tangled up, wrapped up in God, and he sustains me. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God, come on, somebody. But God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. I'll never run out. Never. I know many have tried to run Pastor Amy out, but baby, doing it like this, I'm giving you what works. I don't run out. I don't. And when my insomnia kicks in and I can't sleep and my mind is full and I'm out in the darkness running, or I'm out doing work in the office, it's okay. It's okay, because I'm already full and I know it's going to come. This body's going to rest, and it's conditioned for me. Everybody, did you know that? And I'm getting ready to close. Did you know that everyone doesn't need 8 hours of sleep? Scientists have said, oh, 8 hours, get your 8 hours a day. Everybody's body is different. Find out what works for you. Figure out where you are at your best. Maybe it's 6 hours, and do your math from there and start allocating your day from there. When you sit down and schedule it and look at it and map it out, it's going to blow your mind of how much time you have for you once you say okay, and don't let anybody else in on that time. My phone goes on do not disturb when I go to bed, because in the morning when I start my morning devotion and meditation and getting ready for the prayer call, I have to be up and before God before I can get on that prayer call before you. And then once the prayer call finished, then I'm doing some running, I'm doing some kind of exercise, I'm doing something for me. I don't turn my phone on until roughly about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Getting ready for work, getting ready for this, getting ready for that, doing that, whatever I need to do for the day, appointments, whatever the case may be. And that ensures me that I'm not running on empty. My nose looks so shiny on this thing. I don't know if it is, but if it is, but anywho, that is the message for today. That is our podcast, our TED Talk of today, running on empty and giving you tools that you can get you together so that you're not running on empty. One of the things I know that you're feeling in your spirit as you get up and you're wiping those tears from your eyes and you're saying, she's right, I'm going to do better. I know it's tight, but it's right. You're walking away saying right now that was a word and I needed it. I needed it on today. Be so very blessed until we meet again. And thank you. I am Pastor Amy L. Hayes of A Woman Named Josephine Ministry and Pastoral Counseling. And nobody fights alone. Nobody. It has been a pleasure to get before you today. Be so very blessed until we meet again. Until we meet again.